Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Dionne Abouelela, and I'm here with my new project, my monthly manuscript. And I'm so excited for this project. And it's already gotten off to a little bit of a rough start. So today, obviously, my microphone is not working. I think the port on my computer is going out. My lighting kit did not arrive. My hairstylist canceled. My ends are literally crunchy, so I was hoping to start this project with fresh hair, and I have a really bad breakout and a really bad migraine. So I kept saying we're gonna just wait and wait and wait until all the pieces line up, and then I realized that the longer I wait, the more the key purpose for why I'm starting this project is going away. So my first video is not at all how I want my first video for this project to come out, but that is life, and I think that that is true to an author and to a writer and what we have to go through when we're serious about a project. So my monthly manuscript is something that I kind of came up with to continue on a little bit of a project that I was on a little while ago. And so if you follow me on social media, you know that I had a year of writing dangerously where I wrote an entire manuscript every single month. And a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, is that even possible? And a lot of people were like, there's no way, your books have to blow. And I had a lot of people who thought it was interesting and a lot of people who thought that I basically couldn't write. And what that taught me was that as authors, we get so stuck in this cycle of what we can do and what we can't do, and people who try to tell you how to write and what you're capable of based on how you're writing. And there's all of this sort of industry pressure to present yourself as a writer in a way that fits other people's expectations. And I think that that's really damaging because as an author, you and you alone know what you're capable of, and you alone should be the person who guides your progress. And so I write heavily. It's nothing for me to write 17 to 20,000 words in a day just because I sit down and I go for it. And I have a little bit of time to do so. So I'm very blessed to be able to do that. But I do also work full time. And I think it's important to show people that you can have a structure and a process around your everyday tasks without losing the passion and sanctity of your art. And for me, writing is such a beautiful art form, and I really love the writing community and most of the people that I've met in the writing community who cheer everybody on. So my monthly manuscript is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's a monthly manuscript, and I'm going to be doing it on YouTube. So I am going to be breaking it down, writing a manuscript every single month, and talking about my outline, my process, because I have my process of writing down to a science. So I know exactly what to do to get my book started, to get the ideas flowing, to get the writing going. And if I'm stuck, I know how to get myself out of that. And so I kind of want to share my process. I know a lot of people participate in NaNoWriMo, and they put so much pressure on themselves during NaNoWriMo that they don't enjoy the experience or they don't produce the work that they feel they're capable of. And a lot of people just flat out shit on NaNoWriMo, and they say the authors who participate in NaNoWriMo aren't real authors. There are so many bestsellers that have come out of NaNoWriMo. It's not even, where do you even start to talk about the great books that have come out of NaNoWriMo? And so I am just going to show how I do it and what I love about it and share my writing process. And so my pieces of my writing are going to be available to Patreon supporters, and that will open up in a little bit. And then I'm going to have a deadline for every single book that has to be either queried or published by certain dates. So it's not just about writing it, but it's also going to be about editing it and sharing it. And this is just kind of a way to put more of my work out there. So I did just release my first book, and that is The Wrong Side of 25. It's currently an Amazon exclusive. We are experimenting with the book to see different ways to use the Amazon platform for soft launches or to take advantage of certain metadata, what happens when you change metadata descriptors, categories, different ways to internalize the sales process on a book. And that's one thing that I feel very fortunate about, is that I am able to experiment a lot with my work and play and practice and bring out what I learned to people through happy writing. So I'm actually an internationally certified goal achievement life coach, and I specialize in the author platform through Happy Writing Co., which is happywriting.co. And I am also a cover designer and website designer, and that is available through the happywritingauthormarket.com. And so basically I just love authors, and I love being able to bring different pieces of what you need out into your writing life, and maybe just a little bit, breathe some life into some area that you're struggling with. So this is really passionate for me, and I was very, very fortunate to be able to study the author platform with a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist when I was finishing my master's from Chatham University. So I'm not just somebody who's out there going, oh, I self-published one book that didn't sell, but I'm going to coach you on how to do it better. Or I've only interned at a publishing company, and I'm going to tell you all the things that they had in their internal files. These are, anything that I talk about is something I've actually tested and tried and put through with authors that I work with to really great success. And I'm going to be sharing little pieces of that along as I'm writing, because when I'm writing, I'm also thinking of marketing and platform building and thinking of outreach ways for my book. So I am a little bit challenged on the outreach. I am an expat. We currently live in Munich, Germany. There is an English writing community here, but it is very small. And there's a very big German market, and Germans actually are the #1 for English ebooks. So I'm in the process of learning how to tap into that market here, but also how to drive through online outreach. Sometimes I do feel a little bit challenged because I am not able to do some of these fun events and book fairs and things that I see a lot of authors that are in the US get to do. And a lot of opportunities for me involve travel. So there's going to be some fun videos around travel and reading. So I'm really excited for this project. Now, when I was telling people about this, they were like, well, how do we know you're actually writing these manuscripts and that they're not brand new? Or how do we know that they're brand new manuscripts and not ones that you've already written? And what's your criteria for a finished manuscript in 1 month? And so I'm going to break that down as well for you. So I do have a heavy backlist of titles that I've already written so far that we're in the process of either querying or publishing. And everything that comes out of this channel will be completely fresh, brand new pieces. And it's going to be really interactive. And this is something I'm super excited about, because if you're going to be one of my future Patreons, then you have the opportunity to be either name a character or have a character named after you, to help drive the plot point, to give me a general idea for the book. So these are all things that are going to come through Patreon as we grow. But I have a really fun way for making sure that my books are new every month. These jars, there's 2 for now, but they may grow into more. I thought to do one for character and theme, but until we see how this works, we'll see. So one of these jars has a genre, and one of these jars has a plot theme. So there's a book that talks about the 7 types of plot structures that are out there. And I also like to write across different genres. So I do write YA and New A and contemporary female and some nonfiction. And I've also dipped my toes into thriller. And I wrote one horrible paranormal romance in 2011 for a Cork Books contest. And I bet they were laughing on the floor when they read this book. But I want to push myself to also write across genres, and part of my monthly manuscript is going to be talking about different genres and how books are structured in different ways and how I develop for different structures. And this is great because I work with a lot of different authors, so I've been very fortunate to learn a lot of the mechanics of different styles of books. So that's how every book is going to be picked. On the Thursday before the month starts, we pick our little gems, and then I'll share my outline and my preparation process. Sorry. And what I think the book is going to do and be, and we'll see what happens as it goes along. If you're an author like me, you probably have a notebook full of ideas too. So there's a possibility that there's a storyline that I've kind of thought of in the past thinking, oh, that would be a really great book. And my magic jars tell me this is your month to write that book. So we'll see. My criteria is that it has to be at least a novella. So that would be 35 to 40,000 words, but I am pushing for full-length manuscripts. And depending on genre, that could be anywhere from 50 to 75,000 words, and it has to be finished by the end of the month. And I'm not saying I'm going to do this that every month is going to be successful. We'll, be honest with it. There might be some months that it doesn't happen, but we learn a lot along the way, and I'm really excited just to see what this project brings out. Writing is very, very important to me because I do have chronic migraines and some other long-standing internal chronic illnesses that do make some things a little challenging for me. And so I feel like writing is a way that I can remain self-sufficient and push through that. But also it's something I'm extremely passionate about. I've been reading ever since I was a kid. My parents had to rebuild my closet so to actually give me less clothes and more room for books. And they had to even strengthen my bookshelves because they were buckling under the weight of my books. So my dad custom built my closet around my books and had to reinforce the closet walls to hold all of my books. And even today, I never go anywhere without books. Kindles are great. I love Kindles because I can walk around with 100 books at once. And if you follow me, you know that I travel a lot. So that's really, really helpful and handy for me to do. So part of this, I want to encourage you guys to write however it comes to you. Whatever your process is, just lean into your process and embrace your process because you are the only one who should be telling you what your process is. It's okay to learn from other people and to seek knowledge, but don't try to be anyone else. And I get this so often because of the way I write, that my books possibly can't be good enough, that no way are they quality, that there's no way that I am capable of putting out a decent book because of how quickly I write. And that, as authors, when we win together and when we work together, we are capable of great things. And we're doing it right now where we're changing the industry and we're putting pressure on the top 5 publishers to change the way that they interact with us. So the more that we stick together, the better off that we are. And one thing I really want this project to accomplish is to encourage authors to continue to work together. Who cares if someone writes fast? Who cares if they write slow? My first drafts follow the Hemingway method of they are shit. And then I go back and edit. And I know some authors who are meticulous and they write a chapter and they edit that chapter and they get that chapter beautiful before moving on. And that's great because that's what works for them. But because someone's process is not your process, it doesn't put you on a higher road than them. It doesn't make you better than them. Something I hear a lot is, well, I would prefer quality over quantity. And that's fine. I just have a lot of stories in me that I want to get out, and I have a lot of fun with it. And I believe that I get better the more that I write. And so my 15 trunk novels that exist right now, I'm not saying every single one of those is going to get put out, because I can think of at least 4 or 5 of them that are complete shit. But who knows? Maybe in the future we'll be able to edit that shit into a gemstone. I don't know. But the important thing for me is that I keep doing it. And I don't think that I'm better than any author who takes it slower simply because I'm able to churn out high quality of writing. And I really want to use this channel to reinforce that to different authors, that we all have different processes. We can all learn together. We can all write together. And what's important is that we just keep progressing and moving forward in our industry and in our work. So I hope that clarifies a little bit about my monthly manuscript and introduces you to me. If you want to check out my pre-made covers, I just love cover design. It's very kind of cathartic and meditative for me, so I do it for fun. So at Happy Writing Author Market, my covers are super duper cheap, and we can do like 3D covers, and I can also do custom covers. I just won my first gold star from Joel Friedlander's book cover designer contest, and I'm really excited for that. So I'm now an award-winning ebook formatter and cover designer. Yay. And anyway, I like to share that with you so you can work with me. I can coach you on improving your author platform, which is my specialty. I can work with you on your writing, your publishing journey, anything that you want to do in the author world. I do specialize in the platform, but you can get with me through that through Happy Writing Co., which is my monthly site for authors, sort of my membership site, and then Author Market, Happy Writing Author Market. But let's draw because I'm so excited. I'm really excited to see. So this is my plot device. Oh, one of them jumped out. Voyage and return. So my manuscript this month has to be about a voyage, a grand journey and a return. Sounds like my life. And my genre is going to be... I'm kind of nervous because there's some in here. I didn't play it completely easy. I did put some genres that scare me a little bit in here, but that I want to like explore. Oh, lame. Drama. So these actually go together really, really well. So I have Voyage and, oh, get my chubby fingers out of the way. I'm going to be writing a drama this month, and it has to follow the plot of Voyage and Return. I'm so excited. So I'm going to get to work. It is Thursday. It is August 30th, and so on Tuesday, we're going to come back and I'm going to share with you my basic outline and what I'm thinking that this book is going to entail and where it's going to go, and then we'll share the writing as we go on. I'll see you on Tuesday.